So you've clicked on this video because you simply want to make more friends as an adult. Am I right? Either you have not had friends for a while. Maybe you've been working a lot. Friendships have drifted away. Maybe you struggle with shyness and social anxiety. Maybe you're going through a new phase where you've got some friends and you just want to expand your social circles. Whatever the case may be, in today's video, I'm going to show you a process that I've used myself in multiple times, having made new friends as an adult, and also a process that I use with my coaching clients who are looking to expand their social abilities and their social networks. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Coach David. Good to see you. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. And if you're new, welcome to my channel. I am a life and success coach, confidence coach, and one of the areas I've coached a lot around is around social anxiety and shyness over the last decade plus. And if that's you, by the way, if you are somebody coming in here that struggles with shyness, social anxiety, and social confidence, then I'm going to put a resource to my 10 keys to overcoming social anxiety free ebook that you can grab. It's going to be below the video in the description, in the comments, and I highly recommend you grab that as well, because this is going to focus on kind of the plan, the action, what to do in order to rapidly expand and make new friends as an adult. But it's not going to really address the social anxiety side. I've got tons of videos and I'll have playlists below for that as well. Yeah, without further ado, let's go. So the first obvious point here is that you've got to go where there's going to be people. You could meet people online and connect with them, but you're going to build connections and bond with people so much faster if you do it in person. Now, the easiest way to do this is to find groups or places to go where you're going to have an interest that you're going to share in common with others. I'm not talking about the bars or the coffee shops necessarily. Those are kind of wide open, although coffee shop might be preferable to bar. I've met people, coffee shops, bars, meetup groups, Facebook groups locally that I went to go and meet people and be social. Entrepreneurial mastermind groups, being a business owner, are a great place to do it if you're a business owner, entrepreneur. And in particular, if you're a career professional, young professionals groups are really good. And young professionals groups, even though it's young professionals, I've seen people of all ages there that go. Typically, they are going for young professionals, but basically anybody can go, and people are looking to up-level the career. But if you're just looking to meet new people, it can be a great place to do it. If there's snacks and drinks and stuff, it's still a different environment than going to the bar, where people are likely going to get really wasted and you don't know really who you're meeting. And I've met people at all of these different types of places. I've gone out by myself to bars when I moved to a new city. I've done all of it. I'm highly experienced at doing this. Time and again, what I've seen for myself and in working with clients is that when we go to a group or an event that we already have an interest in, we're much more excited about it. We know that we're going to share something in common. We're going to have something to talk about. No matter what your level of social skills or social comfortability is, it just makes it easier. It just makes sense. And because you share interests, it makes it more likely that maybe you're going to be sharing some of the same values and other interests. It doesn't make it a guarantee, but it makes it a whole lot more likely. It's just a lot easier to do. So let me give you an example. In the last year, I had a client enroll in coaching who is in his 50s, a successful guy, and wanted to really up-level his social confidence, his social skills. In particular, he had an agenda to do this because he'd be moving to another country, which he has done. And so in our work together, one of the things we did when he was still living locally in his country was to identify places that would align with his interests and that he would really enjoy doing, and also would give him an ability to go in and out of conversations easily. So at first it didn't come to mind for him, but when I showed him, and I have like a training on how to do it that I give clients as well, and then help them and we can discuss and coach as well, he got the idea that he wanted to go on these tours, these castle tours that were local, that, by the way, he had never done in his life as somebody who's from his home country. He never done it, and he's in his 50s. And he started doing it and he loved it. And he was able to easily meet people. Not only that, he was able to meet people from all over the world, because it was people that want to go on these castle tours. A lot of times are from other countries, or if they're not traveling from other countries, they're expats to his country, right? So he met people from Romania, from England. He met people from Africa. He met people from Eastern Europe. He met somebody from the United States. It was awesome for him. we had to push a little bit too, because it didn't come to mind at first because he was busy. He wasn't, so into going around a hobby necessarily. And it ended up being this thing where it was very pleasant because a lot of it was outdoors as well. It became this hugely awesome experience for him, aside from up-leveling his social skills and confidence and meeting new people. It was really awesome to see. And now he's taking those skills and everything to the country he's moved to because he's done that. And he's doing the same thing now, finding groups that align with his interests, actually starting a business there now. So it'll double serve for him to have friends and potential customers for his new business. And it's really, really powerful, all because he found some groups that aligned with his interests where he knew people, like-minded people, would be. Once you've identified your interests and you've gone and done some research, Google, Facebook, Meetup, Reddit, anywhere that you would do some searches to try to find places, different groups, different interests, different hobbies, so on and so forth. You make a list of those things and you find the next events to go to. And some of these things might be at a coffee shop. Look, you could absolutely go to a coffee shop and meet people. It can be a legit place to do it as well. But these interest groups tend to really accelerate things in my experience. So you've made that list and you find 1, 2, if you want to accelerate, 3, 4, right? Events, an event a night if you want to go hardcore. If you have social anxiety and shyness, you're like, 1 in the next 2 weeks is enough. I get it, right? I've been there and many clients have. But if you don't have that, you can amp it up and you will meet people fast as F. Fast as F. You will. So what you do is get those on the schedule, right? You start going to them. And now you just connect with people, have conversations. If your social skills are a little rusty, that's okay. Find the host of the event, if there is one, and introduce yourself, share a little bit about yourself while you're there. You're looking to, learn some more about XYZ topic, and it would be great to meet some new people as well. Things have gotten a little slow socially. I always encourage you to be honest about that. People want to help you when you're like, what? My friends have diminished because I've been working a lot. Or maybe you're moving to a new town, or maybe you're fresh out of college. Who knows what? You want to be honest about it. Well, I'm just, I'm out of college and I just got to this town and I don't really know anybody. People are going to go, oh, let me introduce you to, right? People want to help you. So that's why I encourage you to be honest. And it's not like you're dumping your whole life story and, oh, I'm so, oh my gosh, I'm feeling so bad. I don't have the friends I want. No. It's not that. That's called oversharing, right? Brene Brown talks about that in her vulnerability stuff, her work. You just want to be kind of straight and like, hey, and you'll start to meet people rapidly. Now, of course, having an open vibe, being friendly, making eye contact, looking around the room, all these things are highly important if you want to attract people to you, right? And have people be open and receptive to you. So you go around, you're meeting new people, making connections. And if you feel a vibe or a connection with somebody as a friend, that's where you want to exchange contact info, quite simply, right? Text message is best, always the most personal. But if it's going to be, right, Facebook, Insta, Snapchat, whatever, however you want to do it. But the more personal, the better. Phone is the best to have that direct text connection. So you do that and you're going to start gaining context really quickly. Now, it doesn't mean they're going to be friends, but they're people you can get to know. And you can set up a coffee meet, you can grab some lunch, maybe some dinner, maybe a drink if you drink or not, but you want to keep it low key. You could even invite them out to another event you're going to. Let's say you have, 3 events lined up for the week and you go to your first event and you meet somebody and you're like, hey, I'm going to check out these other 2 you want to come with. And they'll be like, oh, sure. Or no, I can't, I'm busy, whatever. Oh, cool. Then we'll connect later. Super easy to do. Something you're already doing. Now, here's the key principle is you always want to be inviting people into things in your life if you want to add people to your life. So this is a very much a social leadership tactic that you are somebody who's up to things in life. You have things on the calendar. Here's the thing, like if you don't, let's say that you just have one event for this week, but you've done some research already, right? Like I told you to go do the research, so you've done it or you're going to do it. Well, that's okay if you don't have it on the calendar. You talk in your conversation about, hey, you know what? I was checking out these other 2 events and I was thinking of going. Do you want to come with maybe? And they're like, oh yeah, sure. When is it? Oh, I don't know yet, but let's be in touch on it. You're just being honest about it. And sometimes the reason I make this point, if it's obvious to you and you're like, hey, Captain Obvious, duh, but it's not obvious to a lot of people, especially if they're lacking social confidence because they're like, well, that's inauthentic, but I don't have anything on the calendar. Again, you don't have to have the exact event, but you just say, well, I've been looking at some events. That's true. That's real. Okay. You got to expand your social possibilities here and what you can invite people too. Make sense? Oh, and by the way, I have to share this quick tip with you. One way to get even more events on the calendar without doing any additional research, this is brilliant once I figured this out, is whenever you go to an event, a place, you could even ask the barista, right, at a coffee shop. This applies anywhere. You go, hey, I'm looking to find XYZ. Do you know any place like that? Or, hey, I'm looking for a group, artist group around. This is one of the best ways to find out events that online research can't even help you find, through actual people, right? Through the connection you're making right then and there. And sometimes you'll get an invite from somebody. They'll be like, oh yeah, I actually go to that group. Why don't you come? And you're getting invited because you're being open and honest that you're looking to expand your social network, find groups, find events, so on and so forth. Is that making sense? Super powerful. It takes a little bit of practice, a little bit of focus to remember to do that. So make a note of this. You could even research like a few groups, and then you just start meeting people and asking them. And then you're just through social networks going to start meeting more people and find more events and more things to do. Do you see how that works? It's the 6 degrees of separation type thing where you can meet people through people, right? And these days, I even do it too. It's like we want to start typing and researching, and that's a good starting point, but you can overkill that. And the best way to meet more people and like-minded people is through people that you vibe with, connect with, and have a like mind like you do. And so now that you're meeting new people each week, every time you go out, and you're meeting people and adding to your contacts and connections, you're starting to build a new friends network. And then you could host an event. You could start your own little event. You could have a dinner party. You could have a picnic at the park. Whatever it is, you could invite those people and connect them. And now you're also a social leader. You see that? And it's just going to go from there, whether it's the running club, the hiking club, some sports group, whatever that book club, whatever it is, you are now expanding your networks, making new connections, and you can connect those connections. And then you'll also meet their friends once you connect at some point. You don't want to pressure or rush anybody and like, hey, when can I meet your friends? Of course you don't want to do that. And I think you probably know that. It'll just happen naturally. So give a little time, be patient with it, and it'll all work out. If you follow these pretty simple steps of doing some research, getting your butt out there, making connections with people, exchanging contact info, being invitational when you can, inviting them along or to a coffee or to lunch or whatever, and just continuing from there. And it'll just naturally spiral upward from there. And before you know it, you'll have more friends than you know what to do with. I have a story that I tell in a class that I did, kind of a workshop class. I'll put it underneath here as well, where I went from 0 to like 200 contacts in like, I think it was over a year's time, 6 months or a year's time. Could have been as soon as 6 months. A lot of it was through networking and entrepreneurial networking, but I just went to so many networking events and I'd be like, hey, do you know any other events you want to come with? And I just would do that. And I just spun it up, and I knew like, I would even meet people and they go, oh, you're David Hamilton. I've heard about you. I'd be like, wow, okay. I guess I know more people than I thought I do, not so humble brag. Anyways, that's just an example. That's true stuff. I'm not trying to brag here. I just want to show you the power of this stuff. And again, I did hit it really hard. Some people may not even have 200 people in their entire lives, who knows? And I really amplified that. And it was a lot of fun too, I have to say. But I really did this. I implemented these exact steps here that I'm giving you and that I help clients with. And please do remember to smash that like button to help the algorithm put this out to people who need help with this, just like you were helped by this video. If you're here this long, I know you liked it and it helped you. Otherwise, you wouldn't still be here. And of course, if you're new and want more of this content, hit subscribe and the notification bell to get notified of videos as soon as they come out. And if you struggle with shyness, social anxiety, lack that social confidence, you can grab those free resources as well below the video. And until next time, I'm Coach David signing off. See ya.